What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the FallenRedZeo. I am Zeo, bringing you some more Marvel Legends, and this time we have a cool little Iron Man set here. So we have these figures that we, of course, don't have really any sets to just throw them into, so we're just kind of combining them together and doing a video here. So first up, we have the Walgreens exclusive Silver Centurion, which is a pretty cool looking figure. I really like the look. Very classic looking Iron Man from like the 80s and everything, just very cool in the Silver Centurion armor. And then we get War Machine, again, the classic War Machine of James Rhodes and stuff. Just looks super cool. I love the whole black and silver outfit. Again, the basic design that goes with like the old Iron Man armors and everything. It's just super cool. It comes with a bunch of cool effects and everything to go with it. I just think that's awesome. But let's look around at the back here so you can see the actual figures in action there. I'm super excited to check these out because some of the Iron Man armors have been some of the cool figures to me, like especially the last Iron Man we got that came with all this stuff like this War Machine. I thought it was super cool. So I'm super excited to check out both of these figures. But I hope you're just as excited as I am. If you are, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. But let's go ahead and get into them and check these figures out. So we're starting off with the Silver Centurion, and again, this was a Walgreens exclusive. And so this suit looks pretty cool. You know, it's that very classic looking Iron Man style, just obviously in all red and silver instead of the classic red and gold. But this is Tony Stark still in his Iron Man armor model 8, and this was considered to be one of the most powerful suits at the time. And Tony originally created this for James Rhodes, but when he was being attacked by Obadiah Stane in the Ironmonger armor, Tony ended up using this armor to be able to defeat him. So again, this looks really cool. Like I said, it's got that classic Iron Man look, obviously a little bit of different details and features, but overall just that overall classic look. So there's a look at the face. I always like it because of like the square eyes and the square mouth there. Just that very classic looking Iron Man look, especially with like the what I guess Widow's Peak type look there on the top of it. But it's all silver face mask, then red everywhere else. I like a little like arc reactor there in his chest. It's got like a pink color into it, which is kind of weird. And then he's got silver arms, silver legs, and then red boots and gloves, and then of course red in the center of his armor. So overall, just looks really great in my opinion. For his movements, so his head there can twist all the way around, and it's on like a weird joint, so it's really weird, but it can twist all the way around. You can look down and look up, so pretty neat. Shoulders come up 90 degrees and then can rotate around, but actually rotates with the armor piece here, so it rotates all the way around there. Then he's got the bicep twist and a double elbow joint that just bends up that far, and the wrist can twist around and usually flex, but these hands don't flex at all. Then has an ab crunch, so you can crunch forward and then back that far and then twist around right at the waist. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that comes up that far, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. But one of the coolest things about this figure is all the accessories he comes with. So it has some extra hands in the fist hands there, so if you don't want to have those, but of course you want to have those, so you can use all of his different repulsors and everything. So we have these that are the classic ones that you can just stick into his hands, so you can stick one into each of his hands there, so that looks, you know, pretty cool, just like normal. But then he also comes with these ones to create a bigger blast, so you just take these and then stick them right into the center there, which we've had these before with different Iron Man, and then just stick those into his hands, so it gives him even bigger blast out of his hands. So there it looks about like that, which I think looks really cool. And then he also comes with some additional ones, which I assume these are the ones that go into his feet, because they have a little bit bigger holes, so they don't really go into the pegs in his hands. So I assume they just go into the feet, because I don't know where else they would stick on his body. He doesn't have any holes anywhere else, but like this one's kind of hard to get into his foot, so I again don't know exactly what you're supposed to do with them, but I think that, you know, look kind of cool, like they're coming out of his feet. But again, I can't really get this in because it's too big, so I don't really know exactly where that's supposed to go. Maybe it fits in his hands, I don't really know. Well, I guess they do fit in his hands as well, so maybe it's just like a single blast. So it looks really cool though, I think, in the single blast there. But yeah, I don't know exactly what to do. Maybe stick these giant things in his feet, so he's got big blast coming out of his feet now. So overall, I just think this suit looks really cool, and it has some extra power. So it has improved turbines for his jet boots. He has enhanced repulsors in Unibeam. He shoots off pulse bolts. It can emit a disruptor field and a force field. It has enhanced life support system and a chameleon effect that allows him to blend in with the surroundings. So overall, it just does seem like the ultimate Iron Man suit, but of course this was back in the 80s and he's had much better suits since then. So overall, I think it's a really cool looking figure, and definitely another great Iron Man armor to add to the Hall of Armors. And next up, we've got War Machine, and this just looks super cool. This figure itself is just awesome in all different ways. It is just super cool. So again, he's in like a classic looking Iron Man outfit, but with all sorts of different cool accessories and attachments. But as I mentioned, it is James Rhodes, which was a pilot for the US Marines, and he ended up becoming the personal pilot for Tony Stark and the chief aviation engineer for Stark Industries. But at a time when Tony Stark was announced dead, Rhodes ended up becoming the CEO of Stark Enterprises, and Tony wanted him to continue on Iron Man's legacy with the use of this new War Machine armor, a battle suit that Tony designed. But after Rhodes found out that Tony was actually still alive and just faked his death, it kind of caused a rift between the two. So James Rhodes split off on his own using the War Machine armor. So as I mentioned, this suit looks really good, very classic looking, especially with Iron Man. Like I said, it has a lot of the details of the classic Iron Man armor. So the face mask there looks really good, again, that classic Iron Man look. I like all the different attachments. So up here on the shoulders, he's got a Gatling gun and a rocket launcher. He's got some laser sights there, the reactor piece there on his chest as well. Silver armor there on his arms, there on the side of his body, and his legs as well. And then he's got the black gloves on there with some guns on it, and the gauntlets and everything. I like the black armor down the center, black belt, and then the black boots at the bottom, again with all sorts of stuff on it. So for his movements though, is that they can twist side to side and probably all the way around, with can look down and look up, so pretty decent movements. The shoulders do come up 90 degrees there, and as you see, it just has this armor piece attached onto it and can rotate around within there. It's got the bicep twist and a double elbow joint that bends up that far. The wrist can twist around and flex a little bit, but of course it's hard to fight with this gun and everything. He has an ab crunch there, crunch forward and back, so pretty decent. Twist around right at the waist. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. He's got the thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that bends up that far. And then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall, a pretty standard Marvel Legends figure for that. But then what's cool with the guns, so the guns here can twist side to side as well. And then they are on a little thing, so they can fold down in the back as well. They don't fold all the way down, but they do actually get out of the way for War Machine. But I think the coolest thing about this War Machine figure is all the accessories that he comes with. So like first off, we got the unmasked head there for James Rhodes. It looks pretty good, you know, nice comic book accurate thing. I like this haircut and everything. Looks pretty good. Paint jobs maybe not the best, but it still looks really good there. So if you want to have an unmasked version, you can switch that out. We get some accessories for his gun. So like for the rocket launcher here, we get this blast effect with some rockets coming off of it shooting out. So it has the design that it goes on like a certain way and everything. So you just take and just slide it onto the end, which it kind of sticks on there really good, which is cool. So you can have that up on his shoulder, so he now has all these rockets shooting out. We also get one for the Gatling gun, so this is just a blast effect, so it just slides on the end of it, and then you can stick it up there, so it's there like the Gatling gun just going off, shooting all sorts of bullets at once, creating that fire blast and everything. So that looks awesome. And then for like the little double barrel gun here on his wrist, he comes with this effect. It's got some holes in here, and you just take and slide up onto the end of the barrel, so kind of like that. So he's kind of doing like a sort of spray or something, but I don't think that looks as good, so I don't want to use that one. But then we get some of the effects that we got with the Black Widow figure. So we get some like the bullet effects and then some of the smoke effects as well. I won't use those, but I will go ahead and put these little blasts on. So there we got War Machine all decked out like he's in a major battle. So that just looks super cool. I really love the look of this. That just looks super cool. But to add to it even more, we also get the blast effects that we got with one of the Iron Mans from not too long ago. So it has the little like smoke thing here that can keep him up in the air like he's blasting off. And then we get the little fire effects that we can slide into the feet as well. So here we got War Machine up in the air flying. He's not standing very well. He keeps falling forwards or backwards. But there we got the smoke effects there on the bottom of his feet holding him up in the air. I think that looks pretty cool. Like I said, it's kind of annoying that he keeps falling over now for some reason. Like it's not holding him up. That's really annoying. But it still looks super cool. Again, I can't get it all to fit in the camera at one time to show the blast effects and him flying up in the air. But it still looks pretty cool in general. So again, just two more awesome sets of Iron Man armors with the War Machine and the Silver Centurion. Just two great looking figures. Very similar, especially with like all the silver and everything. So it looks like these two would team together pretty well and be able to take on a bunch of people with, you know, one of Iron Man's strongest suit, and then War Machine with all his artillery and everything. Just very cool looking figures in my opinion, and more great Iron Man suits. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed, please consider a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. But thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next video.